Okay, we are now live. Going to continue with the game engine stream, looking at what the VS folder is, trying to figure out what all that stuff is about, and just a little talk about Mac Mini M1. I am thinking about getting that. It wouldn't be yet. It would be in about 3 to 6 months. Reason I'm discussing it now is because I'll leave that. There's a few things I may not want to delete yet. I'm thinking about getting the MacBook Air M1, just the base model, and that's £1,000 with student discount. Get that for like 910. No, 910, about £900. Actually, I think it might be like 89 something, 899. Basically £900. And like, I'm sure you've seen the benchmarks online. It seems to be working pretty well. I still want to see how it works with non-M1 supported applications, not just the big ones, but let's say the odd random one that hasn't been updated in years, and you're not going to get any update for it. So even if it doesn't work, you could just hold off. There's a random application that does that one little thing, but you find it really useful. I want to see how he handles stuff like that. Okay, so that's what I'm interested in. So yeah, basically where we're at is, where's the VS folder? The VS folder is not showing on here for some reason, even though I think it is there. We'd probably be able to tell. There's one there, but that's not the one we're talking about. What the file size? If it's like 2 gig or something, yeah, that VS folder is there then. For some reason it's just not showing. Maybe it's become a hidden folder. It could be that. Let me have a look. So let me view. I do like this ribbon since they introduced. I think they had a version of this in Vista, but like it's been improved a lot since then. Okay, hidden items. Okay, yeah, for some reason it's become hidden. It wasn't initially. Yes, okay. So this is still, I'm not too sure exactly 100% what this is. So if I run it, this should work all okay now. So yeah, the Mac Mini. Really interesting because the Mac Pro, it seems to have lagged or crashed. Okay, let's run that again. Yeah, I was never having these issues on Mac, but it realistically needs to support both. Seems okay now. So if I do B, C, F, Z, after 5 seconds it will tick back. Let me have a look at the resources. OBS really is only using about 1%. Yeah, like nothing major usage. Yeah, so we've got OBS set to hardware NVENC. Like using the hardware encoding really helps a lot. A lot. So yeah, the main reason I wanted to replace my current Mac Pro, which is a 6.1, so the one that came in 2013, but that in 2017, is for the reason that when I do stuff like recording, I have to knock down the bit rate a bit, like to like 5,000. This is what I do for the streaming, but I'm talking about just local recording, because I want to be able to whack that up to like 50,000 kilobits per second. Honestly, it's pretty overkill, but it makes the text on the tutorial just pop. And eventually, when I say eventually, within the next year or so, I want to get a 4K, just a cheap 4K monitor, just have above, and in that I'll do the actual recording of the tutorials. I use my ultra wide for actually planning stuff I'm just using, but in terms of recording, I'll do it on there. Also, I have to do a 30 frames per second It's alright for tutorials, but I would ideally like to be able to do 60 frames per second, 4K at about a 50,000 kilobyte. Kilobyte. Is it kilobyte or kilobit? Bit rate. Let me have a look. It's a low bit, so it'll be kilobit. Yeah, so yeah, I want to be able to do a 50,000 kilobit bit rate, 4K, 60 frames per second. Currently, I was able to do it at 1080, no, at 1440p, so 2560 by 1440, at 6 frames per second, at 5,000, or maybe like the 12,000 mark I could push it to. But then there was an update on Mac, and that just slowed things right down. Like after 2-3 minutes, the system would lag immensely. You know, you'd have to do either a reboot, or I would have to just, you know, turn the streaming software off. I mean the recording software. So I had to lower it down to still 1440, but 30 frames per second and 5,000 kilobytes. Again, it looks alright for tutorials, but for the long term, I want to do the higher stuff. So been looking to replace this, and if that works well and it's cheap, like if we have a look how much the, now we're going off a bit of a tangent. Let me put in here Visual Studio VS Code VS folder, delete it out. And if we go to Apple and see, they got this, get ready for the Apple 4-day shopping. Buy an eligible product from 27th to the 30th of November, which is Friday till Monday, I believe. Yes, Friday till Monday. Get an Apple Store gift card of up to 120 quid. There's an asterisk there if we scroll down. Offer valid on qualifying purchases, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna get the MacBook Air. I was gonna order it today. My dad messaged about this. I was like, yeah, probably worth it if I just wait, just in case we get, you know, it is eligible for the gift card. It does say Mac. It doesn't actually say Mac Mini here, so the chance they might not be supported. That offer might not be, but you know, we'll see. We shall see indeed. And then I could just use that, be up to, so probably like 50-60 quid. I'll use that towards another device. And like if we go into the Mac, if we go to the Air, the one I was looking at, the Mac Mini, the Air. So probably stick with base. The only thing that I would have wanted extra from the base is the RAM. I want to see what 8 gig is like. I can always return it, you know, I think within 28 days anyway, so that's not much of a big deal. And if we look at the Mac Mini, this is super cheap. This is basically the MacBook Air minus the screen and a slightly better GPU, 7 core to 8 core one upgrade. Okay, so if I got this, so that's a £200 increase, and you get more SSD. I'm guessing you can obviously do the upgrade here. Yeah, I would probably have to do something like that, because again, I would want it as like a more, for the MacBook Air, I'm happy to, you know, use it as a slightly lower end machine. But for the Mac Mini, because it will be replacing my MacBook Air, Mac Pro, which has 64 gig of RAM, 2.7 gigahertz, 12 cores, and it's got the lowest end GPU, Dual D300. You can't upgrade anything on there. You can't upgrade the RAM because it's, you know, they're what they call unified, and the SSD can't be upgraded as well. Because if it was NVMe, I'll just, you know, get into there and upgrade it. 256 is not enough. I've got that currently, and I'm always struggling. 512, I know it's a ceiling I would hit. So there's a few things I want on my, you know, Mac Pro installed, and I don't. And you'll get close to 512 soon. So 1 terabyte will give me a lot of breathing room, and that will be enough. and that's it. That's the only upgrades you can do. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking. It'll be a next year thing. So I'll get the MacBook Air first, see how that is. I'm gonna put that through its paces, because it's OBS. Because I know a lot of other YouTubers have been talking about the, what's it called? What's it called? 1 second. Been talking about the rendering performance on, you know, photo editing and video editing. Honestly, that isn't as important for me, because for the simple reason, yes, I do better that stuff. It's not intensive enough. I can make do with the Mac Pro that I've got now. I don't need live scrubbing at the max res. I don't do fancy editing. When I record a tutorial, record it for the vast majority of tutorials, I apply a remove background noise macro preset that I've created, and I'll apply a trimming audio noise that I've created, which just trims the audio and the video at the start and at the end, and that's it. The other thing is, obviously, I just, because there's a few second lead in and lead out that I don't say anything, so I just, you know, cut them. But that's for the most part as far as the editing goes. And if I needed a bit more horsepower, I could, because I use Premiere Pro, I could always whack Premiere Pro on this Windows machine, which is, you know, a lot more powerful. So it's more the OBS side, which has been just slow over the last few months. Okay, let's get back to this. This is what you're here for. See, when I delete the folder, find a folder called AutoPCH and delete all the files inside. So he's saying AutoPCH. So I'm going to duplicate this just in case things mess up. So even on this machine, if you look, obviously I've got a, this is in documents. This really should have been documents, using a fair bit of space. But yeah, I'm low on my I've been low on my C drive for ages. I think it's a 128 gig drive, which I bought in 2011, and the 120. No, I don't think it's 128. Is it 128 or is it? I don't think it's 160. Let's see if Specky will get me that information up. Yeah, in Western Digital. It's a red color. I can't remember what brand it was. It ain't Seagate. It ain't the ST. There it is, Corsa. Yeah, nice 111 gig that I have access to, but then there's the OS as well. I mean, at that time, things were so expensive. Now, definitely get a gig, but not a gig, a terabyte. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so apparently if I just go in there and I just delete everything that's in here, so let's do a comparison. So if I do properties on here, it's Jackal. Somebody has just commented. Let me just see if this is still working. Let me run that. No, I want to do a clean. Nope, I need to do a clean first. Clean solution. Clean the template. Okay, run that. Okay, so we've got a couple of comments. Why you don't group all your storage and make a NFS storage server? Could do. I need to look into more of what benefit that could potentially bring me in terms of doing that versus not doing it, because in terms of what I've got, let me reduce this window size a bit. Okay, so we have these are the 3 internal drives. I added this 2-3 years ago. Yeah, that works alright, that does. And I'll have a look at it in a second, what's in the folder. I did this about 2-3 years ago, and I'll be able to free up a couple of 200-300 gig off there easily from just some games that I've installed. But I've got loads of games on there, but some that I don't play. And all these are the ones are external drives. So videos 1 and 2 is where I store the, any YouTube videos, Udemy videos, that sort of stuff that I create online. I always leave a bit of space available at these drives for the simple reason I back these up to my Google Drive for Business, which provides me with unlimited storage. You never know, they might remove that feature, but for now they've got unlimited, and the app constantly moans if you have low storage, so I leave a few tens of gigs available. So, and the Plex is obviously, media, movies and TV shows. So yeah, it would depend on what the benefit. It will bring data duplication if you use RAID 5. Yeah, if I use something like RAID, because currently I'm on RAID 1 for all of these drives. So at the moment, it literally is just providing mirroring, no, stripping or striping, depending on how you pronounce it, for RAID 0. And obviously, I could go up to like RAID 5 or RAID 10, depending on which one. Yeah, like I said, all these are external, by the way. These are external. Okay, so Herdingens say .vs file required by VS to store opened documents, breakpoints, and other information. Best state of your solution. You can delete your VS, will create it anyway when you open your solution. Just make sure you don't push it to your repository. That folder can become quite large. Yeah, that's the issue that I'm having here, is when I go onto GitHub, and let me, like, if I was to try and, for just put in code, try and commit this, we'll get an error saying the following files are over 100 megabytes. So there are files that are over 100 megabytes. They're all the IPCH ones. So that's the reason I was looking into what it is, where all that file space has come about. And okay, so now that I've done a clean build, that's still not that big. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to commit this. I'll call it code. Got some other moaning there. The file we have, its original line in the working, the open, permission denied. Do we need to change the permission on it? Can't be doing that for every single one, can I? Can I run anything like chmod on here? No, but there might be the Linux thing. No, I don't think I even have that installed, do I? Good idea. Git ignore. Good idea indeed. It's these features or like Git I just don't use, but I know I should. Okay, git ignore. Okay, so let me see if I can figure this out. So it's ignoring one, so I'm guessing this will be from here. So I need to go into code. Need to go into project space dash. There a space there? Yes. Project XYZ. Platforms, Windows. Platform, was it capitalized? It was Windows. Windows.vs. And if it's a folder, do I need to put / at the end? Let's try it like this. Let me try doing that. Okay. LF will be replaced by C or LF. Oh, this is Xcode moaning. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working. This is a capital C. That ain't working. I'm gonna have to do a quick googling. Possibly got the. Okay, so let me continue reading what I was reading here. The VS file is generated by Visual Studio and is readily recreated. Sometimes removing is necessary to get a project building again, for example, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think he messes up when I do delete stuff. Okay, so .git ignore. Ignore folder and subfolders. Do I need the / at the end? I think I do. Let me try that again. Yeah, still not working. So we got code, project XYZ, platforms, / Windows, / WVS. That don't seem to be working. What does the double asterisk do? Let me try. What was it? What was the one that you just did? It's here somewhere. / asterisk / let's do asterisks. No / at the end. experimenting here. I do not know what's going on. Nope, none of that seems to be working. Yeah, this ain't working the way I'd hoped. I was already on that one. So now, so the way I was doing initially should be all good like this. That should. So what's the error then specifically? LF will be replaced by CRLF in code project. That's Xcode. The file will have its original line ended in your working directory. Error. Permission denied. I mean, let me just Windows chmod. That's basically what I want to be able to do. Something like chmod in Windows. Pan installing Sigwin will get. Can we install that by chocolatey? Question is, do I still have chocolatey on here? Choco, I clearly do. So I'll do choco install Sigwin. Yes. Okay, see how long this takes, and hopefully we get chmod as a result of this. Okay, so while that, ooh, that wasn't long. Nope, but let me just try restarting it. Apparently not. It's taking a little while to run, so I thought that was indicative of it working then. Guess not. Hopefully everyone's having a good day and enjoying life in general while I figure this out. Let me just do it manually for now, because I do just want to see what this error is about. So this error is moaning about, the one that says permission denied is, let's try opening this one, v16 browse. Apparently it isn't read only though. Oh, that's the other one. It isn't read only. Nope, that is of no good. I'm gonna delete that, see what happens. I'm not having any joy using that git ignore. That worked. Permissions denied because there is files that are in use by VS. Okay, so you're saying if I just close it down. So let me try undoing this. Now for a copy them. I should have it in one of the book folders. I'm not too sure. Let me see if I can regenerate it. By launching it back up, documents. Code. Yeah, that makes sense because I already had these files here. So why would they be okay when the others wasn't? Undo the commit. So if I was to say, if I was to open it up, so that works, you know, fine. But if I try and do it now, you're saying I should get this. What I'll get all that, don't I? Let me just put that in the book folder that we've created. That's just, yeah, so you're saying, hopefully you're right. If I commit it now, it's looking good. Oh yeah. So if I do, apparently there's a few changes in origin, is there? What the changes are. Push to origin. Okay, so that seems to be all good then. Thank you for sharing that, Herdingens. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. I doubt I am though. Yeah, that's been a big help. So what's your coding background? Be interesting to know. Okay. Yeah. Make sure still working. Yep, seems all good. Let me change the view. So if I go to the QTE and engine input, let me just literally, were there errors? So like if I did that, the C make errors, hopefully they are, but hopefully they don't affect the running or what we were trying to do. Okay, so we was last time doing this. QT ends after a single failure. Okay, so we want it, so instead of just resetting back, just an outright failure. I guess there are a couple of ways we can do that. We would track how many failures it's been. Then outside the class we could, you know, determine that. I think that's not such a bad way. Copy this. Number of failures. Failure count. Underscore failure count is 0. Let's make sure we're still building correctly. Okay, so should definitely add VST or git ignore. Okay, might need help with that because I could not get it to work. This is what I've got. So what would you recommend me doing? Because the asterisk, those asterisk / just basically say anywhere in the subdirectories, you know, ignore. Let me know while I just do this. That will be greatly appreciated. Okay, failure count. How many times has it failed? How many times has the QTE failed? And okay, failures. This is a failure. The restart isn't technically not a failure because you could restart it yourself. So we will do underscore failure count ++. We're gonna have a getter now. I'm gonna say we don't need a setter for it. So we'll have copy this. Get the number of failures. Output returns the QTE failure count. We're going to return an int. We're going to say get failure count. Copy this over. This will be literally a one line. I know I need to fix this up. Return underscore failure count. Okay, so let me try that while you were saying asterisk /.vs. Hopefully this works. Well, if I just do that, I do same thing again. And let's see how this goes. Once he's committed it, I'll push it over to the origin. Launch up GitHub. Yeah, it is slowly pushing. It is including the .vs file folder again. Did you literally just... What you mean in here? Did you just see that? If that's the case, then if that was 8 minutes ago, so it's still trying to push to origin. If that's what you was commenting on, again, I don't know. We'll find out. So once this has successfully pushed to the origin, push to origin, then we'll give you a refresh and we'll find out. Let's see what other projects people are doing. You know, live, you know, game sort of coding, live video game programming stream. Dapper I know all about Biscuit. Do like his videos and his voice. No. There aren't really many people like doing. They're doing some live programming. There's definitely some live stuff for game engine stuff. There's Nathaniel Weiss does stuff. Handmade Hero, which is called Molly Rocket now. The Cherno, I want to say he's on live stream. I've been saying that he has. Possibly he hasn't. But you know, he's done great videos out there, so it's worth checking out. But you know, creating games. Obviously, you know, it's one thing creating like something like Cross the Road to Flappy Bird. I'm talking about actually just creating my own game. Include the file which exceeds. Okay, he'll be in here. Standard, he'll be in there. Let's commit it. Let's push to origin. Now let's see if this works. Yeah, I think that might be. You know, making a game from scratch. But before I even attempt that, before I even attempt something like that, I want to make sure this engine is pretty substantial. That's one of the reasons I'm trying not to think about games, building games on this engine yet, like a specific game in mind, because I know what's going to happen. I'll have an idea of a game and I'll forsake the progress of the engine to try and make the game, and I'll make excuses. I can be like, yeah, this part of the engine is fine, but if I'm just doing engine stuff at the moment, because I'm just like, okay, once I've done one engine task, I can just work on another one. It's a little different. Once I get to a certain point, I will try doing a game, and even then, I'm going to try not to do it from a perspective of, okay, releasing it and making money, because obviously that'd be great if that did happen. I would like that to happen. Which one now? What's above 100 meg now? The whole thing is barely 100 meg. There's one of the VS folder. No, that's jack all. Let's undo it. Let's undo it. And let's do this. Try pushing it to the origin again. So yeah, like I was saying, I would like to make a game in it, but just when the engine gets to a certain level, just do the stream for a week, a month, 6 months, a year, and just think of an idea on that. I've got ideas rocking in my head, but thinking of an idea. Oh, that seems to have worked. And now let's have a look. Nah, VS is still here though. Yeah, VS is not getting ignored. So that's what I've got at the moment. VS is not getting ignored. If you could lend a hand her, that'd be great. If not, it's all good. Because you've already helped a lot. Let me see what's what. So let me open up the folder view first. Let me open up to do. So yes, that's all done now. So rapid button tapping, similar to ticking up, but needs to go down as well. So you need to press it fast. Use timer. So we've got the timers. Timer core. We got time should say. Do we have a timer? I don't think we have anything to call time. It's just time, and we got clock as well. Okay. Yeah, sure. So there's the file open. I'll leave this open for a couple of minutes, and I'll zoom in as well so you can see a bit better. Oh, that's probably a bit too big. There we go. So have a look at that. Okay, what would you recommend instead of git ignore global? I haven't really used the git ignore file before, so I'll have a quick Google. Git ignore line 2. What do you mean? So are you talking about literally just like this? Yes, let's have a look at that. Push it to the origin. Pushing it over. So yeah, we have this to-do file. Next time we'll work on, I've already done that one, it'll be the rapid button tapping. You see that in game all the time. It'll be something like, get a game controller out. Obviously you could do a keyboard as well, but I'll just turn my game controller on. So you might be like, press the A button loads of times to maybe an enemy grabbed you and you have to press the A button loads of times, and it releases you, and it goes up, but it also goes down quickly as well, so you gotta press it really, really fast. No, without echo, you're saying. Okay, so this should have failed then. Yes, it failed, so let me try it again. You mean like that? Do you, oh Jesus, what happened there? You mean like that with still with the quotation marks? Let me know if that's what you mean. No, that doesn't seem to have worked. Maybe I've typed it incorrectly and I haven't interpreted what you mean. Still with the quotation marks. And are you saying will the VS folder actually get deleted from the online thing if it's already there or not? I'm not too sure about this. Yeah, because one of the other sort of yeah, let me know if you have any other suggestions. Yeah, obviously if you go down, we've got accessibility and built in like voice reader, screen reader as well. Built in, let me edit this. Okay, and when you say as in like that, is that what you mean? Ah, I get what you mean. Like that. Well, let's see what happens. Will this get rid of? Oh yeah, that was the thing. Not the to-do file. Maybe yeah, it was the to-do file. Push to origin. So look, will this delete existing VS folders as well? Nah, VS folder is still there, unless it will always be there unless I actually explicitly delete it. But I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Yeah, I want to check that out. Is game engine accessibility features. What accessibility features game engines have? So if I went on like Unreal Engine accessibility features, I'm just talking about features in the engine to help make games more accessible. I'm not even talking about making the engine more accessible itself. That's obviously something else entirely. Yeah, it seems very minimal. What is this? We'll discuss. This is pretty old. This is. We won't discuss The Last of Us 2.
One of the ways that they've got. Also, nice reception.
Gotta say that looks like Doom 3. Hello, Future 40. Yeah, he's saying I'll have to delete them. Can't delete them, yeah. I can delete individual files, but can I delete a folder itself? Don't seem to want to open. Quite a lot of features to add, but you know, we'll slowly get there. A little bit, little by little. That's great, that is. Okay, you know, achieved what I wanted to achieve with it, which is good. And with thanks to Mr. Herdingens. Hopefully you and everyone else tune in tomorrow when I do another live stream for this game engine, and tomorrow I will be working on the rapid button tapping on the input manager. Yeah, I want to get this done, because you know the way I see it, if we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 20 25, so we've got about 50 or so things here. If I get one done every 2 to 3 days, like there's quite a bit here. Like once this is all there, and I'll probably come up with other ideas, and the community will as well, it'll be a nice little engine then. So this could be done, or like quite a bit of it done within a year or so. Yeah, I was gonna make sure I keep at it and just do a little bit every day, and doing Okay, he says you can add the following: close VS, delete all .vs folders, remove from the git ignore, then push, then add .vs to git ignore again. Yeah, I could do that. I might do that. Thanks for all the suggestions. Been greatly appreciated. So yeah, I think within a year this could be really, really advanced. I've got to make sure I do the live streams for the simple reason keeps me motivated and also on trajectory to actually work on this. Because again, it isn't for a specific project like a game that I'm looking to release and try and make money from, or a project for somebody else that I'm doing to make money, or a bunch of tutorials that I'm doing potentially to make money. It's a bit less, sort of urgent, as it's more of a pet project. And obviously I do let it, sort of just go by the wayside a bit because it is more of a pet project. But when I add this sort of live stream aspect to it, because it helps grow the channel, I was like, yeah, I really should do it. And yeah, so that really does help, put things into gear a bit more. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow sometime for the live stream. Still no specific time, just trying to figure out what times are best. But yeah, look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And if you have any questions, anyone, feel free to let me know. And thank you,